Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Chats. I'm your host, Winnie Watera from the Impact Makers Advisory Board. Today's episode is special because we are gearing up for the Global Entrepreneurship Week. Today, we'll delve into the topic, the good, the gaps, the grind, Africa's young entrepreneurs on their journey to success. We'll jump right in, and I will let my guests of today's episode, Milliam and Davies, introduce themselves.
Thank you so much, Winnie. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all. I'm happy to be a part of this episode. My name is Davies Kunderi, and I am based in Tanzania. I work with Somo Africa, and I work as a regional manager for Tanzania. I'm happy to be a part of this episode for Dots Chat, and I'm also part of the Dots network as a member of the Impact Makers Advisory Board.
Hi, this is Milliam Chilemba from Malawi. I'm the director for Young Women Rise, and at DOT, I'm an IMAB member. So I'm so excited to be part of this chat. I believe it's going to be fruitful. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. I'm glad you have all met my panelists today, and we'll dive right into the questions where we're just talking everything entrepreneurship. So my first question goes to Milliam, and I just wanted Milliam to tell us and the audience why it is important to celebrate the Global Entrepreneurship Week.
All right, thank you so much, Winnie. It is very important to celebrate this week because, as you can know, this country, especially like in Africa and all the countries continents around, they are filled with young people, and we can see that there are a lot of job opportunity gaps that are there. So entrepreneurship is trying to bridge the unemployment gaps that are there, because it helps to reduce the employment dependency only. So as the youth celebrating this, it's also going to give it's an encouragement for the youth to venture into entrepreneurship, because it's not only good for them, but it also creates job opportunities even for the other people.
Amazing. It's important to celebrate.
Yes.
Sorry, Milliam. Milliam basically says it's important to celebrate our entrepreneurs who are fixing a very huge gap that exists on the continent. Thank you, Milliam. Davies, it's up to you now. I just wanted you to tell us, because by extension, young entrepreneurs are not homogeneous. They have very unique experiences. And from your role in Tanzania and your job, I just wanted you to tell the prospective entrepreneurs, those who are just trying to break into the sector, what to expect along their journey.
Thank you so much, Winnie, for that question. I may have a few things to share with new entrepreneurs, the ones that are looking into, doing entrepreneurship. First, they should be open to relearn and learn, because there are some of the things that maybe they did know before starting their businesses, but when someone starts the business, the reality is different. So they may encounter different realities, and they should be open to learn through that process. So that is key to how they will grow, how they will become, they will thrive through that process. And number two, there are so many uncertainties in entrepreneurship. When you as an entrepreneur, you should also be ready for these uncertainties. It is not that your plans will go as smooth as you expected. So you should expect unexpected challenges coming your way. But the most important thing is, how do you deal with those unexpected challenges? The third thing, I think, is limited resources. And depending on where you come from, or how your ecosystem is, you might find this challenge of limited resources. For instance, financing, Sometimes technology can be part of it. So you should be able to understand where else, where to look when it comes to that, where to look to get support for you to be able to get the resources that you need, that your business needs for it to grow, for it to be sustainable, but also to thrive. And the other thing that I think is important for these entrepreneurs, the new entrepreneurs, to understand is that growth is different from one business to another. So they shouldn't put themselves in a position where they compare themselves with other businesses. It could happen when an entrepreneur see another business similar to theirs, and they just put themselves in that comparison. Why is this improving so fast? Why is this business growing so fast and mine is not doing the same? So growth is different depending on the environment, depending on the work that a person is putting into that business, but also even the network that is around you. So they should try and understand that it is a process. It is not a straightforward thing. So they should be open for that, and they should embrace any challenges that they may come their way. Yeah, that is what I can advise for the new entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Davies. What I've gotten out of this is that growth is not linear. There's processes, there's things that you should expect. Amazing. All entrepreneurs out there, listen to Davies. He's an expert. Milliam, you mentioned that you are ED of non-profits, and in the space currently, people are talking about social impact. I just wanted you to tell us how you view the relationship between business success and social impact, and if it's possible for entrepreneurs to achieve financial success while also contributing to the development of their communities or the communities that they live in.
All right, thank you so much, Winnie. So yeah, that one is it's quite tricky because sometimes as organizations, you say you are charity, like pure charity organizations, and as organizations, you are not allowed to be doing like something business, so like something profitable. But at the same time, you need to have some projects or activities that are income generating. So that brings us to the entrepreneurship part. So on that one, as an organization, yes, we are into making the social impact. We are serving the communities, women, girls, and the youth. But at the same time, we are trying to build economic resilience to the communities that we are working with and making sure that they have economic independence. At the same time, as we are training them, giving them different skills for them to be economically independent, we are also imparting some vocational skills to the youth around the communities that we are working in. So as an organization and as impact makers, we making sure that the people that we are working with are economically independent by venturing them into entrepreneurship so that they should be economically independent. So this is what we are doing as an organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Milliam. Milliam confirms that social impact and entrepreneurship can actually go hand in hand. So entrepreneurs out there, don't be afraid to do what you need to do to ensure that your community benefits as much as your business does. And Davies, this question is for you. What advice do you have for entrepreneurs on how to build valuable partnerships, both locally and internationally?
Yeah, that's a very interesting one. There are a lot of things to go about it. First, I would advise entrepreneurs to leverage on the power of social media or digital, the digital world that we have. So yeah, that is very key, and I believe as part of the Going Beyond project, the supported entrepreneurs were able to be supported on the skills on how to use the digital skills to improve their businesses, to build partnerships and all that. So that is very key at the moment for them to be able to leverage on that. The next thing I'll advise for them to also be a part of the ecosystem. So to be able to participate in different events, because there is where they will meet different stakeholders, investors, ESOs, entrepreneurship supporting organizations. Nowadays, there's an involvement of the government on all these events. So they should be a part of it. They don't have to work in an isolation environment. So they should be able to go out there and network with these other stakeholders. But the other thing I think is for them, I would advise not to give up, because building a partnership is not an easy thing, especially if it is a very strong partnership. Sometimes it takes time. You are pursuing this partner, you are pursuing these people that can be of support to your business. So they shouldn't give up. Sometimes it takes time. So that is one of the advice that I would like to put out there. And then I think the other thing is looking at shared goals. So because now partnership itself, when you are mentioning the word partnership, it is the mutual you are sharing the same values. So how are you as an entrepreneur putting yourself in a position that you are having shared goals with the organization that you want to partner with? Currently, we have these SDGs. Most entrepreneurship supporting organizations are embracing sustainable development goals. So it is important for an entrepreneur to understand or to position their business in shared goals, to understand what SDGs are their businesses tackling. So I think if they can maneuver around such areas, it is easier for them to build partnerships with different stakeholders. Could be financing partners, financing institutions, could be the government itself, but also we have entrepreneurship supporting organizations. So they should understand what are the goals from each of these stakeholders, because they have independent goals, but at times we also have shared goals. So how are their businesses also share these values, share these goals with these organizations for them to be able to build on such partnerships?
Thank you for that insight. I have two more questions for the team here. I just wanted to know from each and every one of you, these questions are going to the both of you. What are some of the recommendations you want to make to stakeholders? And this can include governments, investors, and the private sector to improve the entrepreneurial environment for youth in Africa. That's question number one. And question number two, I'd like also for you to answer how you see the future of entrepreneurship in Africa evolving for the next 5 to 10 years. These questions are going to both you and Milliam.
Thank you so much, Winnie. Maybe I can go first, if that's okay. For the first question, how or what are some of the recommendations that I have for stakeholders? We have the government, we have entrepreneurship supporting organizations, we have the financing partners in order to build or to improve the entrepreneurship environment. So I think the key thing is collaboration because as I mentioned earlier, we have like shared values, we are sharing the same vision. We want to grow these entrepreneurs. So it is good that we find angles of collaborations for us to be able now to provide the right support, because now if we act individually or we act independently at times, it is difficult to provide the right support to the entrepreneur because all the things are connected together. So an entrepreneur cannot operate without the regulation, the policies that are guiding him or her from the government. But also when it comes to having the right skills, having the right tools and resources, where now the ESOs are coming in. So I think it is more of collaborative efforts that can help the entrepreneurship environment to improve and to be of support to even the new entrepreneurs.
All right. Thank you so much. So I think on that one, my also recommendation, for example, to the government and maybe financial institutions is that they should prioritize in supporting the entrepreneurs in their countries, and especially for the financial institutions, because there are harder recommendations, like things that one has to fulfill for them, maybe to get a loan or to get some financial support from the government or from the banks. So if those things could be at least made lenient for the upcoming entrepreneurs, at least to access, because sometimes they will need some sort of registration. They will need, maybe if you have done your business for a couple of years. So for someone that is just starting, it will be a barrier for them to access such kind of a support for them to grow their businesses. So if we can, I could recommend the government and the institutions that help the entrepreneurs to at least to make their procedures a bit lenient for the upcoming entrepreneurs, so that everyone should have the chance to venture into different kinds of businesses. Yeah, that's what I can add. Thank you.
Thank you, Milliam. The other question was the future of entrepreneurship. How do you see it evolve? Like, it doesn't have to be how you see it evolve, maybe also what your vision is for entrepreneurship on the continent. What would that look like for you?
All right, for me, it looks like with the digital world that is growing right now, I can see that entrepreneurship will not be like the traditional way that we look at it, because what I see in the future, it will be someone just doing the businesses online without physically meeting the people. So the use of internet and like digital marketing is the one that is going to take over in the next few years to come. So that's the kind of entrepreneurship that I can envision. Thank you.
Thank you. David?
Yeah, maybe to add into what Milliam shared, for me, I look at it in terms of even the gender balance. I've seen recently there is involvement, especially coming from, involvement of women into entrepreneurship. More organizations are supporting women. So I think for the next 3 to 5 years, I expect to see now a lot of women are doing businesses, a lot of women being supported, a lot of women creating impact in the communities where they come from. But I think the other thing that I see, there's a huge number of entrepreneurs coming in. So what I see is that there's going to be a high demand of support, So my question is, how are we as stakeholders, how are we prepared now to provide this support to these entrepreneurs? Because if you follow the trend, there's a large number of entrepreneurs coming in every day. So how do we position ourselves to ensure that we provide them with the support for them to grow their businesses, to have sustainable businesses, but also to have impact to the communities? And the kind of support may differ from one organization to the other. But we're looking at, in terms of the right skills, we're looking in terms of financing, how do we now put in effort to ensure that we prepare that environment for this number of entrepreneurs that are expected to enter into this space?
All right. Thank you. Entrepreneurs out there, you've heard the experts tell you what it is. 3 things in their vision. The future is female. We need structures that support entrepreneurs, and the digital era is here to help us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Davies, for joining us all the way from Tanzania. Thank you, Milliam, joining us all the way from Malawi. And I've been your host, Winnie, all the way from Uganda. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this episode of Dot Chats. We hope you enjoyed the discussion on the good, the gaps, and the grind, Africa's young entrepreneurs on their journey to success. Don't forget to subscribe and follow Dot on social media so you never have to miss any episode. You can also find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, LinkedIn. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a comment and share this video with your network. To read more about the work that the Impact Makers Advisory Board does, please click the links in the description below. I wish you a good rest of the week, and I hope you have an amazing Global Entrepreneurship Week. Bye.